Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Warped, the completely unnecessary Star Trek podcast where we provide audio commentaries to Star Trek episodes live. My name is Matt.
I'm Jake.
Philippe.
Erin.
And I'm Minwin.
Woo!
Hey.
And once again, we are without...
Shawnless.
We are Shawnless.
Yes.
Even though it's been a week,
Yeah.
he's still not here.
We don't know where he is, but...
And we are in part 2.
I heard some muffled screams from in your closet. That wouldn't happen to be Shawn.
No, Shawn's out of the closet now. Yeah, totally. He's fine. He's okay. Yeah. He's,
Matt totally shook his head. He was like,
he's like, no.
I cannot believe it.
Whatever.
He's just like,
Let's rally, you guys. We got a whole show still to do.
he's like,
There's
no.
been an awful mix-up.
Yeah.
I want everyone to bear down.
Yeah.
We got one more hour to do this.
Yeah.
Bear down.
He's like, I don't want to spend
This is
15
why you're
seconds on
captain.
this joke.
Keep drinking.
Yeah.
Maintain your energies.
In yoga, they talk about using your bathroom muscles.
Yeah.
Let's all
I
do
want
that
everyone
now.
to use their bathroom muscles.
Welcome to Warped, everybody. I give up.
Sick of this. We are halfway through our watching of Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. So if you're listening to this and you haven't listened to part 1, you should go back and listen to part 1 first.
Don't go back.
But this is going to be the best part. So if you want to skip ahead,
We are an unknown amount of time into this movie because there's no counter on the
Because
screen.
there's been an awful mix-up.
They didn't have that technology.
We are watching it on the DVD. We have paused. The subtitles say there's been an awful mix-up. McCoy and Scotty are talking to the guy who is going to give them the material to build the whale tank.
Yes.
And I will punch the triangle in 3, 2, 1, punch.
Thank you,
Punch
Matt,
it.
for
Oh, wait,
remembering.
There you go. There we
Yeah.
go. We are gone.
You hadn't said punch the triangle last time.
Well, because on this PlayStation controller, it's not a triangle. Well, I guess it is, actually. The start button is a triangle.
Yeah, there's some triangles.
I was thinking of the triangle, like,
There's
controller button.
there's a pyramid. You mean? Or I guess it's a triangle.
The start button is also triangular. So you're right, Min.
So what do you think about bringing more velvet or suede back into your life?
I like Scotty's jacket.
Yes, I love it.
I like that he has a different material.
I loved it last time.
When we get into Next Generation, Erin, Captain Picard has a really cool, like, suede jacket that he wears in, like, the later years of that show.
What do you think is going on with that nipple gimp mask that he's got, or whatever that is?
What?
I'm talking about the thing
The
over
leather patch?
Yeah, there's a
He just
leather.
likes the
There's
way
an
it feels.
unweird leather patch over his.
That's
like-
where his thing is. That's where his Starfleet thing goes.
Insignia goes.
But they've taken them off to avoid being
To not stick out so much.
exactly to try and fit in.
but
more.
keeping the jacket on. All right, I see.
Well, he has to wear the jacket.
Sulu is still wearing
It's
the
San
coolest,
Francisco. It's chilly.
the coolest fucking cape jacket
Yeah.
I've ever seen a person wear.
I feel like he's got a whole bunch of these in his at home.
Just in different colors.
It's such a great jacket. It's just
I've never seen it since. Like, I haven't
No.
seen it in any other sort of media or anything.
No, this thing is amazing.
They burned it after this.
I'm assuming they. Well, I don't know. You think they made that
I think they made
jacket for him,
Yeah.
or do you think they found that
it.
somewhere?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think they made it.
You
They
could be
found
right.
it and then modified it.
That's
Yeah,
probably the
that's
right
probably
answer.
right. What about this jacket? Let's talk about the jackets, guys.
This is
This is the kind of
Corner.
content that
Jacket
our
talk.
fans want.
Welcome to Warp.
Welcome to Jacket
Talk.
Corner.
Yeah.
Jake will need a jingle for
We're calling
Jacket
it.
Corner.
We're calling it jacking it.
Jacket corner.
We are not calling it Jacket.
Jacking it with whales.
Jacking it with whales.
Absolutely refuse.
Sperm whales. Jacking it with sperm whales. But they're not even
Hey.
sperm whales.
The
Don't care.
appropriate nomenclature is semen American.
Yeah. The guy's wearing a button that says "I quit smoking."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty.
So
large.
offer him a drink.
Yeah. that guy's suffering.
I like McCoy's jacket too. McCoy's jacket is cool as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. That is a fuck. That's the smallest they could print anything back then. That was the small. That was the micro. People were wearing.
So this is a great little comedy moment. Scotty is talking to the computer because that's how he's used to communicating with computers, but they don't know how computers in the 20th century work. So Scotty's like doesn't know how to
Siri.
use a mouse.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a pretty funny scene.
Technology.
This guy in the middle would go on to found TJ Fridays.
Yeah.
He invented flair.
Look at that old Mac.
Oh my god, he's typing so fast.
Oh my
Two
God,
finger
with two
style.
fingers.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Beep, boop, boop.
He's literally just like flopping his fingers down.
They use the
on
same
keyboard.
footage for hackers in 10 years, in 15 years.
There's no way this Mac would be capable of doing any of this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a new.
It is when Scotty uses it. Scotty's a genius, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is Scotty totally
Breaking-
screwing with time.
Completely breaking the timeline. Yes.
Breaking the. You're not supposed to change the past. This is like the basic rule of time travel, and he basically gave secret new material to.
I love this girl. She's like, that's her whole scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Walk in, turn around, walk out.
Hell
How many
yeah.
how many takes do you think they had her do that? Just the one?
Just a couple, probably.
No, 700. 700 takes.
Not now, Denise.
Now.
So the problem, of course, is that Scotty is giving him technology that does not exist in 1986 in exchange for what the materials that they need to build the tank
For free, yeah.
And Chris McCoy's saying, you're giving him something, how do you know that he hasn't invented? And Scotty's like, how do you know he hasn't invented it?
Yeah.
In the novelization of this movie, which I read as a
Oh my
boy,
God. I wanted to get some novelization
so
perspective.
in the novelization, that guy is in fact the person who invented transparent aluminum.
Well, of course, because
So
Scotty
Scotty's
gave it
like,
to him.
I just gave it to the guy who was going to invent it anyway. So no paradox, no time change.
So they-
Yeah, no paradox there at all.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
How convenient.
Yeah.
My
pretty
reality
convenient.
is the real reality.
Yeah. How would you know that it wasn't in the... But
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you can't... The loop is infinite.
Check out those sideburns,
Yeah.
Philippe.
I don't even know which ones to stare at.
They're dropping Spock off so that Kirk and Jillian can go out on a date, basically.
Yeah. He's like, oh, drop me off at the park here.
Yeah.
And,
Now we're in an Italian restaurant.
wow.
Things are progressing really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a place where they throw the pizzas, but I also...
They have a
Michelob,
wedding in the back,
classy.
too.
Yeah.
And the last lady I was
Check out those
with
breadsticks.
was a scientist.
Yeah. Son's dead. Don't worry. Everybody that I know is dead. No hang-ups. So.
we had a son who's dead, so no baggage there.
Yeah, no clinging vines. Just you and me and these breadsticks.
You and me and a
And
couple of Michelobes.
Yeah.
Look at those breadsticks, guys. You
know.
remember those? Because like they
They're at the
don't do
Olive
those
Garden.
anymore.
I hated those.
I hated
breadsticks.
those too. They were so hard and
So
like,
hard and crunchy and
just like.
They
Tastes
look
like the
cool, though.
like the
I like that they're
bread
just
dough.
there like pencils.
But yeah, they were crunchy. I gave them. I'll give
I
them
was
credit.
gonna
But not in a
recreate
good way,
this for
like-
you guys next
Yeah.
time
No,
with the
I didn't
light
like
and the
those kinds.
crunchies.
Yeah.
I mean, they were fun to play with as a kid for like sword fights.
yeah, sure. If you wanted to play Luke Skywalker,
Yeah, which is like
Shove them up your nose?
Here we go.
Yeah.
He's going for
He's
it.
going for one.
Yeah, they're just so bland.
Yeah, I bet he doesn't eat one in the scene.
He
It'll
does
be
not.
distracting.
He would not be able to fit into that jacket if he eats even one.
yeah, he went no carb on this movie.
Yeah.
Like,
You see this breadstick? There's
He'd
there's
put that
something
shit right fucking down.
No, he did something 80s like the grapefruit
I
diet.
think he threw it on the floor.
there's something shaped exactly like this breadstick that eventually destroys the earth, and that's
Yeah.
why I'm here.
Yeah.
you suppose Michelob must have paid for that product placement, right? That she explicitly,
Mhm.
she doesn't ask for a beer. She explicitly asks.
Does he
for
like
a
this
Michelob.
beer? Does he
I
like
can't
the
tell if he
Michelob?
likes it or if he's
'Cause, like,
what is
nobody-
this bullshit.
I mean, sorry, Michelob, but nobody likes Michelob. I mean,
Yeah. They're,
from the future, I mean.
even as a shitty brand, people don't like Michelob.
I don't think so.
it doesn't.
It's
have
the champagne of beers,
Yeah.
isn't it? Wasn't that their motto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you knew it was going to kind of suck. I mean, Jesus Christ.
But I think but their marketing was like, we're high end,
Yeah, we're
right?
high end.
Because that was their.
I don't know.
High of the low.
Yeah.
I think I had a Michelob in a and I've been spoiled by
I'm
good
gonna
beer.
get some for next time.
Let's do it. I mean, I'm probably wrong, and I will.
You can add it to the gigantic pile of
Yeah.
alcoholic beverages we have over in the corner.
I will drink it. Like I'm just saying, like I will not kick a Michelob sponsorship out of bed.
No, of course not. We would love to be sponsored by Michelob.
If we were, I would drink Michelob only and extol the virtues of Michelob, whether or not I believed it.
yeah.
Just saying that I can be bought.
That's dedication.
Yeah.
So that was a cute little scene. His beeper was his communicator was beeping, and she's like, "You have a pocket pager," and instead he whips out this like Klingon communicator and has a full on conversation with
"He's
the
a
rest
drug
of the
dealer."
gang.
Yeah. It looks like it's like a motorcycle.
This movie is pre cell phone, but
Yeah.
she doesn't blink an eye that Kirk has a communicator that
That looks like a Klingon.
looks like it came
muffler.
from outer space. Yeah.
It's hard to sort
Oh.
of place yourself
I'm all
back
ears.
in.
That's the most racist thing you can say to somebody that like is into Vulcans or has a Vulcan
Yeah, he's
friend.
like, "You should meet my friend."
Yeah.
How's she to know? She doesn't.
Yeah.
And Kirk basically just tells her everything right
Yeah.
now. He's about to break the shit out of the Prime Directive.
I think it's the Michelob. It makes them chatty.
Yeah. he's drinking like a knuckle of Michelob, and now he's like,
He's lit.
he's totally
Let me
lit.
tell you.
Yeah. So I know it's supposed to be a secret, and I told everybody on punishment of death if they even. But I'm just gonna let you know everything that's going on. Maybe it's the breadstick talking.
This is what's called oversharing on the first date.
This is actually these two have really good chemistry with each other. They're very cute together.
Is Kirk married to somebody famous? Is Shatner married to somebody famous in real life?
No.
No.
He just got a divorce.
So even if she was famous,
He has been married several times.
he did his third one just finalized. I think.
One of his wives died, didn't they? Didn't he have a wife who died? And
Mysterious circumstance?
no, I don't think it was mysterious. But
Doing some
just-
murder she wrote
we
up.
just
in
started
This is the
that.
crossover where we
Yeah.
solve.
murder, they Shatnered.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Murdered she was.
Mhm.
Murdered
The-
she was.
the
I don't
series
think-
finale.
I don't believe she was murdered.
No.
I think she died
No.
of
I'm sorry.
natural causes.
What was the podcast name you were going to call for the Murdered She Wrote podcast? You were thinking of
Murder they watched.
They watched.
Murder they watched.
Yes.
I'm all in on Murder they watched.
Yeah.
Me too.
We'll do that anytime.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
just need to get the
Which way are you guys
split
going?
screen
Mainstream or vent supply? I'm going to mainstream. Mantine.
So they're here to suck out the energy that they need to refry the dilithium crystals.
the nuclear vessels.
So that
The
they-
Wessels.
they've snuck on to this highly security-filled nuclear battleship.
Yeah.
They just managed to stroll in. It's
Yeah.
unexplained.
Yeah. They probably like try to come up with something. They're like, nah.
Let's just cut to them already on the ship. Like,
Should they have some kind of disguise?
we can't think of a good explanation for this.
They're just on
so
the
let's
ship.
just get them in there.
Yeah.
If we cut to them already on the ship, the audience will just let it go.
Yeah. Totally.
They have no choice.
They could have been like in naval like gear or something, but
Yeah, they didn't bother to like make themselves look like
less
this guy
conspicuous.
belonged
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, is he
It's
going
all
to show her the
fine.
ship? Is he going to show her the ship?
He's not going to show her the ship.
Oh, okay.
How many times have I heard that line?
Yeah.
How many times have you heard that?
I'm here to bring humpback whales. To the
I have come from the
23rd
future.
To make the beast with two backs with you. I mean,
Two
get some
humpbacks.
humpback whales
Mhm.
with two humpbacks. Yeah.
I love that he takes the leftover pizza with him. Like,
Mhm. Me
That
too.
wasn't scripted, by the way. He was just like,
she paid for it.
he has no money.
There's a scene where she says, he's like, we need the check, and she looks at him because she's expecting him to pay, And then she's like, you don't have, let me guess, there's no money in the future either. And he's like, no, there isn't. So she paid for that fucking pizza.
Yeah.
And he took the leftovers. So
Classic.
That's so shattered.
by the way, that's a whole pizza.
Yeah.
Because they left before eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna see something.
She's like, where'd he go? He was just there.
Yeah. I keep dropping people off in this park.
Every time I drop somebody off at this park, they just vanish.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Maybe I should stop bringing people to this park.
I should stop dating men who live at the park.
When you ask someone their address and they say the park,
That's a red flag.
that
right
is
there.
a red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, no more though. No more.
This is the last time I date a guy who lives in a park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was he like? Well, he dressed like he was a fancy place setting at an Italian restaurant, and he had a friend who was in a space
Look at the
spa
shit in the
robe.
background.
He's dressed like a maitre d'.
They're like welding in the
He's
background.
dressed like a table. He's dressed like the table and the napkin.
His best friend wears a bathrobe.
What is the reflection going on their heads there?
No.
They were the goggles that they were wearing.
Is this sucking it out? Is this the
Yes.
energy captured?
That's what they're doing.
Wow,
right
it's
now.
so portable.
Yeah. So easy.
They have a portable energy sucker outer.
Standard issue.
Standard issue.
Oh man.
There's Jim Carrey.
Oh,
No. It kind of looks like it, though.
You got me,
Yeah.
man. I was like, what year is this?
It's the right year for him to be in something like this.
I was like,
Because in Living Color, it's what, like 88, 87, 88, somewhere around there?
Yeah.
that was 90.
A little later.
I thought
Was it a little later?
that was like 90s,
It
but
might have been the early days of it. It went into the early 90s, I think.
he was still in Canada somewhere.
they're gonna get in trouble. It's not gonna go well, is it?
Wait,
Well, the interference, the nuclear radiation is interfering with their
radio.
communication and the transporters. So Scotty can't beam them out.
Oh, it doesn't take much to
Yeah.
interrupt the
Jesus
transport.
Christ. If you could interrupt it like with 21st century technology and
Well, they're not used to dealing with nuclear radiation
Yeah.
because
Because there's none in.
they talk about the fact that it doesn't exist in the future.
Yeah, because the
They got-
radiation coming out of stars is
The radiation
nothing like.
of dilithium crystals
Yeah.
is something else.
yeah, but every star uses like fusion radiation. All right, whatever. I'll give it to them. Wait, she got to go?
Scotty says to them, I can only do one at a time because of the interference. So she goes first, and now he's about to go.
That's right.
He's
but
wearing leather pants.
I
just
know.
A
noticed.
whole leather outfit.
Yeah.
At least it's better than last.
It's better
movie.
than the pink jumpsuit he was wearing in the
Holy
last movie.
God.
Was he the one with the little boy like collar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was crazy.
Peter
Like,
Pan.
I gotta get.
Oh my
past
god, that thing. He just needed a giant.
He definitely got a glow up in between those two movies because he
Yeah.
looks a lot better in
Yeah. They finally let him not pick his own wardrobe.
Mhm.
They learned from last time.
Yeah. United Federation of Planets. He's got a like.
this one. This is a funny scene. This guy is a very classic 80s douchebag kind
Yeah,
of
you can
character.
tell. I'm like, he's good looking in a way that I'm supposed to not trust.
You're supposed
Yeah.
to be, he's a jerk.
He's kind of got that. He's got the slick backed hair, which at the time was like all the bad guys had slick back hairs.
That's how you knew a bad guy in a
Yeah.
movie, is if they had hair like
That's
that.
why I feel like Gavin Newsom needs to change his look a little bit.
Yeah, he looks like an '80s bad guy a little bit.
Mhm.
So maybe now would be a good time for some corrections, Corn.
Holy shit! Yes.
What do people think about that?
Yes,
I fucking-
please.
yeah. Yes.
Wait, let me lay down for this.
Yeah.
You might want to stretch out.
Yeah. I might want
Make
to.
sure you're comfy.
Oh my god.
I don't think I could. Wait.
Stretch out
Here we go.
anymore.
I
All right,
think
go ahead.
Aaron is
I don't know if you
literally.
can get any more horizontal than
Aaron's
you
eye
currently
line
are.
has been nowhere near this movie this
Yeah.
entire time. By the way.
Well, there's no whales on the screen. Can
Yeah.
you blame her?
Yeah.
Where are the whales?
robotic or otherwise.
Jacob, play the jingle.
Wow.
Speaking of jingles, you guys, those of you who have not listened to Inside Picard, our Star Trek Picard spinoff show, will not know this, but Jake created a jingle for that show.
Oh yeah,
He's a jinglist.
which is very good and funny. Because we were talking about everyone on that show is mad at Jean-Luc for various reasons, and I said you could call this show "Everybody Hates Jean-Luc," and then I said we need a jingle for that, and then I realized "Everybody Hates Jean-Luc Picard" is the exact same scansion as "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" by Tears for Fears. So I was like, Jake, make a jingle where instead of "Everybody Wants to Rule the World," it's "Everybody Hates Jean-Luc Picard," and he did.
Yeah.
Insert that jingle, Jake. Insert that jingle right here
let's
so
hear it
people
right
can
now.
hear it.
Everybody hates Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah, that sounds.
Wow, that was good. That's
really-
amazing.
That was a great rendition, too.
Yeah.
These are corrections for episode 82,
Oh.
The Savage Curtain.
Jesus, I thought that was our perfect episode.
It is a great episode of Warp. Everyone should listen to it. It's very funny. We were in a good mood that night, and we were having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Erin, you'll recall The Savage Curtain. It's the one with Abraham Lincoln in it.
Oh, fuck. Sort of.
Do you remember seeing Abraham Lincoln
Maybe.
and Captain Kirk interacting?
Yeah, a little bit.
They were down on a planet. There was a giant rock monster.
It's okay to say no, Erin.
It is okay to say no.
No, it's not okay.
Do you remember
Keep up the
Abraham
farce.
Lincoln crawling around on the ground? That's what I remember.
Yeah.
That was a big part of it. You're right.
Yeah.
We talked about Heaven's Gate, the Heaven's Gate cult
Yeah.
in that episode. And Erin said, do you remember where they ate their last meal?
We said Marie Callender's.
Marie Callender's. And that's correct. I said, I asked Erin, what did they eat for their final meal? And Erin didn't know the answer and said, you'll have to look that up.
I think it's like a chicken pot pie or something.
I did look it up. So I'm just going to read you a little bit from this article that I found.
Can I guess first? Can we guess?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
So they went out to the Marie Callender's in Carlsbad.
Oh, okay. As usual.
And
And that's like a huge Marie Callender's.
they all ordered the same thing. This is in quotes. They all ordered the same thing. A waiter recalled to the paper. It was
a fucking cult.
It was set up before they came in.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
They all had blank to drink. Fill in the blank.
A raspberry iced tea.
Iced tea is correct.
Wow. Oh, my God.
I could tell that they were tea drinkers.
You're a natural cult leader.
Then they had something before their entree.
Ooh.
A salad.
Chicken fingers.
Salads is correct. Dinner salads beforehand with tomato vinegar dressing. What was their entree?
Chicken.
Chicken pot pies?
Turkey pot pie.
Okay.
But you were right about the pot pie.
Suddenly I remembered what they had.
What did they have for dessert?
Some
Raspberry
kind of
pie.
Cherry pie.
Chocolate. Oh, no. Banana cream pie.
Cheesecake with blueberries on top for dessert.
Wow.
Because they already had pie for dinner, so they
Yeah,
got to
you don't
want
wanna
to
have two pies?
Crust.
The rest of the quote.
God.
Oh, my God. This looks like a badly done.
Ooh, and she's got nips going.
Oh, my
You
God.
don't see that much anymore.
She's realizing that Kirk has been telling her the truth all along.
Yeah, don't run into the ship.
And she's gonna run right into the fucking ship.
Blink.
Now, imagine for a second how much you would be hurt
Yeah.
in real life
Yeah.
if you jogged into a giant metal leg,
Yeah.
right? You would break your nose. You'd be messed up.
Yeah.
She just kind of blonks
She
off
did
of
it-
it and
yeah.
pops right back up.
Yeah.
Like no problemo.
Yeah. She really, she really expected to be running into an invisible thing all the time in her life. So
Do you think
She
they
went to
actually?
mime school.
Yeah, they had her train with mimes for
Yeah,
this.
isn't the
scene?
big mime troupe there? Right
Yeah,
in
she's
San Francisco?
she's feeling a wall right now. Look at her.
she's in a box. She's
I'm
trapped
in a box.
But she couldn't do it. She couldn't translate "I'm in a box" to "I feel a wall." She was just like she couldn't get it.
And then they beam her
Oh
aboard.
my God! And then they beam her.
The rest of the quote from the waiter, they seemed very nice, very friendly, very polite. No one seemed depressed at all or anything like that.
Yeah, because they'd already made up their minds.
Just a couple more things about Heaven's Gate that were in this article that I thought were interesting. Their website is still active.
Oh, yeah, I
there were
heard about that.
two of the Heaven's Gate members were sort of the designated survivors,
Right.
and their job was to sort of stay behind and keep the mission going.
And they're doing
And
that
they
still?
run the website.
I'll be those guys.
Yeah.
That's the guys I want.
The Nikes the group wore have become a collector's item. I said Reeboks in the episode, but they were Nikes. They were wearing identical black and white Nike Decade sneakers. And because of the negative publicity surrounding that whole thing, Nike stopped making
right.
those shoes. Nike discontinued them.
So now they're
a collector's item. An unworn pair recently discovered in a storage unit in Arizona.
Hell yeah.
Sold on eBay for $6,600.
I got those.
Yeah, it's worth every penny, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, they're not unworn anymore.
Also, weird Star Trek connection. Nichelle Nichols, who plays Uhura, her brother was in the cult and was one of the suicides.
Oh my god, really?
Thomas Nichols was his name.
Wow, that's
Holy
sad.
shit.
So kind of just a bizarre sort of weird Star Trek
Yeah.
connection.
Oh my god.
So that's
So when you
that's
meet
Heaven's
her,
Gate.
don't make any Heaven's Gate shows.
Jeez, that's mind blowing.
But raise your hand if you want to go to the Marie Callender's in Carlsbad.
I do.
And order that exact meal.
I want to have the Heaven's Gate. I want to have the whole.
I'll wear a Snuggie.
Yeah.
That's my cult outfit.
We've talked a lot on the show about star dates and how they work.
Oh shit!
Okay, I'm gonna lay
It's
down.
very confusing.
That's all happening.
What star date is this right now?
Oh no! Wait, I want to. Yeah, okay.
Right now, in real life today,
Yes.
we are pre-star date.
Oh.
They haven't invented star dates yet in 2020.
So it starts at 0 sometime in the future.
Oh yeah. Here's where he's like, hey.
So here's this woman who is suffering from some sort of kidney failure.
Yeah.
And he's like horrified.
He's like, what is
Because
this?
he's like, "Ooh, this
Like,
is
what
like
the fuck
fucking
is this? The dark ages?
20th century medicine. He fucking slaps a pill into her hand, and just like that, cures her kidney failure.
And she just takes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
I
doctor.
would.
And in a couple more scenes, we're going to see her again
Yeah.
going, I grew a new kidney.
Yeah.
Doctor gave me a pill and I grew a kidney. It's really funny.
As a kid, I was like, dude, I fucking love it. That's what the future should be. Like,
Yeah, McCoy's great in this scene.
Yeah.
Because he's in his element, right?
Yeah.
He's in a hospital.
I know. And he's like horrified at the
Like how primitive everything is.
You have
love
to
it.
you have to touch your patients in this time.
Yeah, exactly.
Primitive.
He's like, this isn't the fucking Dark Ages. What the hell?
Yeah.
He's just absolutely mortified by everything he's hearing.
Yeah.
These two douchebag doctors are talking about a case, and McCoy's just like, "You guys are
You guys-
fucked up."
Nice.
Star dates and how they work. McCoy's like, it's the Spanish Inquisition. That's funny. The decimal point to the point to the right of the decimal
Is
point
a tenth of a day, right?
is 1/10 of a day.
That's the part I knew.
That's weird.
So which means that the decimal to the left of the decimal point is days.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4 is if 1, 2, 3, 4 is a Monday, 1, 2, 3, 5 is a Tuesday. So it ticks up by days. That's essentially so. It essentially goes days, weeks, months, years
Oh, okay.
from left to right. This is wildly inconsistent and not always applied in the same way
Yeah.
from episode to episode. So that is the technically correct answer, but in reality, you watch it and you're like, this doesn't really make a ton of sense.
This will be years and years.
It also doesn't make
later.
sense that they mark star dates by tenths of a day, but use military time also because they say things like it's 0800 hours,
Yeah.
like report to the bridge. So is it hours or is it 0.2,
Yeah.
decimal points of a day? It's all very,
Yeah. It's not very easy to break up a day into tenths either. It's like that's 2.4 hours. It's like a weird,
exactly. It's a weird,
Yeah. a weird metricization, as I call it.
a metricization.
Yeah, trying to make everything.
Then when they got into the next generation era, they revised the system a little bit, and then it became a star date is a 5-digit number. For example, 41254.7. The first 2 digits are always 41. The 4 stands for the 24th century, and the 1 indicated the first season of the television show. So all of the first season of Next Generation is 4-1 something something something, and then the second season they did 4-2 something something.
So they based it on television.
They based it on the actual production, not the future of Star Trek.
Yeah. The Federation is one fucking weird organization. I wonder what they're gonna order at Marie calendars.
There's a joke here that they have accidentally castrated this patient. That's star dates. It's a 10th of an hour.
I don't know if that
of
explained anything more to me.
I think we'd have to look at a star date and then, analyze it with Matt's knowledge now, because I would have to be like, okay, so we're saying that one that says 3126.5 it's halfway through the day on a Tuesday.
I imagine they got better about being consistent. As the things went on.
Yes.
So when they first did it, it was all fucking bullshit, right? And then they just
there she is.
Yeah,
grew a new kidney.
And everybody's like walking around like
everybody's like, it's a medical miracle.
Yeah,
fully functional too.
Yeah. I feel like he cures like one more person on the way out, but
Chekov has the weirdest hair on his arms. I have to say, they're like hairy from his t-shirt sleeve down, but then hairless under the shirt.
Wow. Okay, I've never noticed that before.
Oh, that's worth noticing.
All right.
I guess I'll have to pay closer attention to that next time.
Yeah.
Erin told a story about going to a tarot card store in the mall.
That's true.
And I tried to figure out where that could be. Do you remember what mall you were in?
South Bay Galleria.
That sounds right.
Oh, okay. I couldn't find a tarot card store.
It was not just
in a mall.
It was a tarot card and occult knickknacks.
Yeah, various.
The reason I was looking is because you couldn't remember the name of the store, so I was trying to see if I could find that, but I couldn't. Abraham Lincoln and William Shatner stand next to each other in that episode, and there was some discussion of whether William Shatner is short or, the relative heights of the two of them. Anyone want to guess how tall Abraham Lincoln was?
6'2". 6'6".
Anybody else want to guess?
6'4".
69.
6'4" is correct.
Hey.
Wow, that's tall.
Shatner's 5'10". According to the internet, he may be shorter. Sometimes they lie.
Yeah, he's lying, so they're lying. He's propagated a lie.
Erin and Philippe told a very funny story about going to the Taco Bell in Paw Paw, Michigan, where they encountered a bizarre cast of characters who worked at the Taco Bell and were not in the proper job.
It was the Master Blaster of Taco Bell.
It was genuinely a really hilarious story. I was laughing a lot listening to it again today. So I said in that episode, you should go on Yelp and write a review, because that actually is good feedback that those people should probably know. And you said, I will, but you didn't.
No,
because
right.
I looked on the Yelp for that Taco Bell.
So
in
he's
Paw Paw,
written that
Michigan.
review for you.
I didn't, but I did read the review. There are 9. It is not a highly regarded Taco Bell. It only gets 2.5 stars. It's got 9 reviews.
I can tell them why.
Now, some people say that the service is friendly but slow.
It is.
That was correct.
But then one lady says, Lauren D. from Detroit, 1 star.
Jesus.
I literally got into it with the manager over cheese sauce. She clearly hates her job there, but that's not my problem. Glad I was just passing through here and I never have to come back again. Which made me wonder if the manager was the Condor woman.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Jesus. Now I'm like, I want to dig deeper, but
It's a lot going on.
I just remember getting, you were doing some polite talk in the, speaker, and she was not having it.
I was actually putting on a little bit of charm.
How are you doing? And it was like,
Yeah.
meh.
Yeah.
Another 1-star review, Vanessa C. from Darien, Illinois. I've gone to this drive-thru multiple times and I'm done with this location because multiple times they don't give me any meat.
think the big lady eats it?
They also skimp you on the jalapeno sauce.
Oh my god!
Sound like pretty legitimate concerns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you go to Taco Bell and you don't get any cheese, jalapeno sauce, or meat,
what do you have?
What do you have?
Flour tortilla.
Yeah.
Service was really slow, but nice manners. That's another review. But there are 2 5-star reviews on here.
All right. Let's
Friendliest employees I've ever encountered at a Taco Bell.
Get out of here. Come on.
If it wasn't 2 hours from home, I would make the drive. I would make the drive anytime I had the craving.
If it wasn't 35 hours from my house, Erin and Philippe would go.
That's right.
The lady working the drive-thru during lunch hours is always super friendly, no matter how busy they are. I wondered if that was maybe the short arm,
baby arm.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are the reviews of the Taco Bell in Paw Paw,
hell yeah,
Michigan.
Yeah. How many stars would you give it, Erin?
Ooh, it hit the spot.
Yeah, 5 stars,
and we're still talking about it.
Yeah,
so yeah,
5 stars.
We talked about the movie Lincoln and Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
You had just watched it, I think, Philippe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great.
And that just reminded me of a story that Daniel Day-Lewis is such a method actor that apparently on the set of that movie, he made everyone call him Mr. President. They had to pretend he was Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Because he was never not in character.
Right.
Which just cracks me up to imagine.
I wouldn't make a day at
it just cracks me up to imagine Steven Spielberg calling Daniel Day-Lewis Mr. President. Like in between takes. We're ready for you now, Mr. President.
Oh, man.
Just a big sigh before saying action every time.
I think he's just like ready to put up with anything. Didn't his adoptive daughter become a porn star? So I think he's just like,
Steven Spielberg's adopted daughter is becoming a porn star.
Or she is a porn star. Michaela Spielberg.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
So I think he's like learned to just like go with what everybody wants. Yeah. She's going to be the Steven Spielberg of porn.
Yeah,
so
apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
just the way he got his start.
We talked about the novels of John Updike.
Oh,
wow. Yeah. That's really little.
God, we were such a...
And whether we could not remember...
listen to this episode.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
We didn't remember if he had lived in New York, if he was a New Yorker or just an East Coaster. And the answer is he's mostly an East Coaster. He was born and raised in Pennsylvania. Oh, clunk!
Oh, what happened to the harpoon?
What happened to the harpoon? Oh,
these guys are like wailing like right after they let him out, and they're like waiting there with their harpoons. This was a good.
This is a great moment.
Yeah,
they're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like an Abbott and Costello moment now. They're like, turn around.
Benny Hill music is playing.
Jesus Christ.
They cannot
stop it.
How much more can you spin that wheel?
Yeah.
You've gone all the way around. It's now pointing forward again.
Yeah. How far does that rudder need to turn? Jesus.
You've gone too far.
Yeah, they're going to just circle back.
John Updike was born and raised in Pennsylvania. He lived in New York briefly in the 50s, and then he moved to Massachusetts, where he lived the bulk of his adult
That's where
life.
he is writing.
I said, because we were almost done with the original series, I said that I was excited to watch the animated series, which the correction is just that now in retrospect, that was an insane thing to say.
Yeah, the animated series actually pretty terrible.
Pretty terrible, it turns out.
Yeah.
There's the famous moment. Admiral, there be whales here.
There be whales here. Oh, man.
And while we're at it, because it's short, I'll just do the corrections for episode 83 as well. All our yesterdays.
Let's do it. Double correction corners. This is a value-packed episode.
Aaron, you'll remember all our yesterdays. It's the one where Spock went into the past, went back into the past, and had sex with Mary Lou Henner on like the Ice Age planet.
Yeah, I remember that one.
We talked about Police Academy and how it was when I was wanting a soundboard. And you said we should just get that guy from the Police Academy movies to come in and do the sound effects for us.
Yeah.
Michael Winslow is that guy's name.
But we always joke that it's the Asian kid who was on Star Trek.
Yeah.
Hightower.
Yep.
Good time.
You guys talked about the bar Red Square in Las Vegas, where they would take you into the cold room and you drink vodka while wearing a big fur coat. I thought that all sounded crazy. And the world agreed because Red Square closed in November of 2019.
How long were they open for?
20 years, so pretty good run.
Wow, that is a while.
But it's not there anymore.
Yeah, they lasted about as long as the Soviet Union.
We were talking about East of Eden.
Yes.
This was a very confusing moment in this episode.
Jesus Christ, we're getting all literary for a while.
We were talking about East of Eden.
Yeah.
Yes.
The John Steinbeck novel.
Yes.
Min
was talking about
because Philippe, you said, "Oh, I read that in high school," and we all said, "Yeah, everybody does."
He was talking about
and Min was like, "Everybody reads that book in high school with all the sex and
Exit to Eden."
Yeah. Min was talking about Exit to Eden.
Yeah, that's right. That was
by
good
Anne
stuff.
Rice.
Yeah.
A very different book,
but very good in its own way. I would agree.
You should have seen my book report. Very embarrassing.
We were all a little bewildered by what Min was talking about, but we were also too polite to dig real into it.
Yeah.
I figured it out while listening to it. I was like, he is talking about a different book.
Has anybody other than Min read Exit to Eden?
I read Exit to Eden.
I actually enjoyed that.
It is a smutty book.
Yeah, I enjoyed that. It's talking about smutty books that we...
Wow, Philippe, you read that too?
Well, just some smutty parts because I heard it was smutty, and then
I'll
It is
I'll have to get that one from the library and see what opens up.
Yeah,
you should.
It is full out pornography.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
I'd never read her.
Good on you, Anne Rice.
I'd never read her Lestat book, so I think those are supposed to be pretty erotic, but not necessarily.
But they are not in the same way that this book is. This book is a full on porn book.
Yeah,
she did not publish it under her own name. She published it under a pen name.
Yeah.
And later on, after she became famous, I think
it copped to it.
Is that popular in mom porn circles or what?
I think the
have
dominance
to ask Fat
of
Money.
Yeah. Who are you? Look at you're talking
our
to.
mom porn expert.
Right, yeah, we have an expert that comes in. You save those
pundit.
questions for him.
The porned it.
Yeah.
That's the end of Corrections Corner, everybody.
Well, and it's funny because Star Trek the crew is going back around the sun.
Yep. They've got the whales.
Mm-hmm.
She came with them.
What the heck is Chekov
He's
wearing
down
now?
for whatever.
They've taken her back.
He's got a snug
with her to the future.
Yeah.
Really?
They're down to Pond Fire.
Her story must be really crazy.
And then they break up. You ever go to the future with somebody and then break up immediately?
Oops, awkward.
Right, they're bringing her to the future, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, they brought her. They done brought her, man.
They done brought her.
She's
that would blow my mind to be her.
Yeah. Now she's got to see Ball and Shaft.
The argument she makes to Kirk is nobody in the future knows anything about whales. You need me to come with you and make sure that they're taken care of properly.
Yeah, but we got smart people. But
he doesn't want to take her because it's, breaking the rules of time travel to take someone out of their own time.
But
he's not going to tell.
She talks in it.
Yeah, he's like, but she's like, come on, you know. And he's like, all right.
She's all
done. Yeah.
And so now they're flying into San Francisco.
The temporal prime directive.
Fuck it.
Well, all of the prime directives.
Yeah.
That's getting back to what you said earlier, Matt. You want a society where people can break rules a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, isn't every Star Trek episode
Star
that's
Trek
worth
embodies
its salt is about breaking the prime directive a little bit?
Yeah.
But also a lot of lip service.
They're constantly disobeying orders on this show.
Yep. It just shows you, even when you're kind of rulesy follower people in Star Trek, you still got to break the prime directive pretty much every time you go anywhere.
And because the admirals who stay behind and are the ones giving the orders are always portrayed as either incompetent or actively evil.
Yeah.
On this show, in this universe, being a captain is the most important job a person can have.
Yeah.
And if you're any higher up than captain, you're a useless tool.
Yeah.
To be disregarded.
At the best, you're like a busybody bureaucrat.
Yeah, at the best, you're like meddlesome.
Yeah.
But at worst, you're like collaborating with the Romulans.
Yeah.
Do you think on Inside Picard that they've changed that view? Like,
no, it's classic Star Trek.
No.
The admiral on that show is a fucking baddie. It's classic Star Trek.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what's happening now? They had a fight.
They've crashed into the bay and they've got to get out because the power has failed. They got to get out.
She's like, "Oh, you're right. It is shaped like a breadstick."
Yeah.
What?
That's what she mentioned.
Oh, the probe.
There's a lot of these like dryer tubes in the future in a lot of different shows.
Yeah,
these things are really going to be important, guys.
Shatner's taking off his jacket.
He was like, please shoot this scene at the beginning of the movie. I'm not going to tell you why, just because there's a craft service table.
Yeah, I don't want to, if you wait to the end, I'll have been to the craft table
yeah.
too many times. Did you guys watch the Oscars?
No.
Did not.
No. But you did. You did.
I did.
And who won, Matt?
Parasite won,
Yay.
which was great.
It was surprising, right?
It was amazing. It's never happened before.
Yeah.
A foreign language film has
You
never
didn't think
won
it was
Best
going to
Picture.
happen.
I didn't. I thought that horrible 1917 was going to win. But it didn't. So I was happy to be wrong.
Yeah. Did Tarantino get anything that night?
Nope.
No.
He got shut out.
Nah. I kind of
Brad Pitt won.
Brad Pitt won.
Pitt won. I guess that's kind of for Tarantino too.
Erin, did you see the video of the Gay Men's Chorus singing about Laura Dern?
No, but I'm glad she won because I thought she kicked butt in that movie.
I'm going to play this video for you after we're done recording. It's very funny. It happened at the Independent Spirit Awards, which they always do the night before the Oscars. And they did a funny little bit where they were singing about the glories of Laura Dern. It's very funny. I'll play it for you in a minute.
Yeah, no, she has this specific scene in that film that I thought is going to become a clip that gets thrown around everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like pivotal.
Which movie is she in?
Marriage
She was in Marriage Story. She's in Little Women too, but she won for Marriage Story.
Yeah, I gotta see that one.
It's not as a downer completely as you
that's
think.
a real one. That's a real whale. That was a real whale. That time they got a real one.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Is it? It's better than it, because I was worried that it was going to be too depressing to watch.
I think
so stiff. Somehow.
the one with Meryl Streep is more depressing.
Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah, this one has a little more Annie Hall sort of like they're gonna figure shit out just in a modern way, kind of. I mean, it's still, they go through stuff, and it's interesting as heck in terms of like the legalities around divorce, because there is some absurdity there. But it's I wasn't completely.
What if they got the only two whales
depressed
that were
about it?
fucking
The kids
assholes?
doing okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking to this guy. Just like, geez, this guy keeps calling me. I don't know this number. Not gonna pick up.
Every time I see that, I'm just.
Yeah, you have feelings?
I feel like it's that
surprised
deck of cards.
all over again.
Yeah, it feels like that deck of cards where they're like pushing the balls down.
Yeah,
in a like awkward way.
You know what deck of cards?
The porn deck from last time.
Which is around here somewhere for your dad to find when he stays here.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing rotates too.
It does. That's like, oh, it's back up. It's the shaft has risen.
Yeah.
The whales have started singing to the probe.
Yeah.
And they've told the probe
all the shit that humans have done to them, including like, temporal displacement.
They're like, go for it.
We're like, yeah, they are fucking this up.
Is this why that guy's into dolphins?
Probably.
This scene right here?
Yeah.
It's kind of erotic.
Guess what's going to happen with the ball? It's going to do something pretty soon here.
It is going to do something.
Is it going to contract?
Yep.
Insert.
It is. It's going to retract like your balls do when it's cold.
Into the body cavity.
All right. That's how you know it did something.
They broed out.
Yep.
they're like, we're fine. You can go back. You don't have to kill everybody.
There's 2 of us, so we're fine.
We can repopulate the species all by ourselves.
Yeah. He's like,
it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought it went back in.
It does. It's about to.
I thought it was... There you go.
There it goes.
And there you go.
Yeah. You want to close that hole up? Or
No, they don't close the hole up.
No.
That hole is always open.
Now it's just a very big flute.
Yeah. Now it's like a whale. It's like the whale itself. It's a blowhole.
That hole never closes.
Mm-hmm. You put a ball in that blowhole.
Title of your sex tape.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
So, did I miss where that thing is from? What's that thing?
You never find out.
Nope.
Okay.
It was just an alien intelligence that had a relationship with the whales, and when the whales went extinct, it came to find out what had happened to them.
Yeah.
So whales, what did the rod say to you? It was like, just whale stuff.
Yeah,
typical whale stuff.
You wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand.
Yeah.
All this stuff with them out in the water was filmed at Paramount.
Yeah, I know where that is. The water tank.
There's it was a parking lot.
Yeah.
It was a parking lot, and they realized that underneath the parking lot was this giant water tank that had been used for like Esther Williams like swimming movies in the 40s or whatever. They were like, "There's this giant tank."
I think it's in
under
Ten
the parking
Commandments
lot.
where they split the sea too.
Yeah, that could be. And they were like, "We can jig up the parking lot. This tank is still there, and we can use that for the water scene." So that's what they did.
Wow.
Which I think if you were an employee who parked in that parking lot, probably pissed you off quite a bit.
Yeah.
Because your parking spot got relocated, and it probably was not to somewhere better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you probably quit your job
I like
and joined
that.
like a whaling fleet.
You probably got like a worse parking spot as a result of this movie.
Yeah.
That's a very empathetic point of view to have to think about the people who had to move their parking spots.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like people cursing Leonard Nimoy's name because now they're parking. Now the lot is like they're like a quarter mile away from where their office was.
Yeah.
You know, they used to be right next door to their job, and now they have to trudge across the lot.
Jesus, lose a fucking few pounds. Why don't you?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
So if the whales had been there,
my God.
they would have destroyed
What?
the world?
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
There's a cat man.
Nobody knows what would have happened. It
and
wouldn't have been good.
Dorian man.
Oh yeah. Now back to the trial.
Back to the trial.
the framing element of the
Well, since you saved the
Now
world.
look at Jillian. She's all futury now.
Oh, she already got all future.
Yeah, see, look at her
Oh,
in the purple.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
she looks
Lavender.
great. Holy crap.
The future agrees with her. Like
Yeah.
She's
is
into
like,
it.
Into it.
Yeah, she's got a special role now.
So the judge is about to like hand down his verdict, and he's telling Spock, "You aren't accused of anything because you were dead at the time." And Spock's like, "Nah, I'm gonna stand with my friends and whatever you punish them."
Because
you can
Spock is
punish me too."
awesome.
Spock's fucking rules, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it would be awkward if I was just like standing over there.
Yeah.
He's the best character in the history of Star Trek.
Yep.
Leonard Nimoy is a fucking boss.
Yep.
This movie rules.
Honestly,
Take a victory lap, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody should
This
just
movie
fucking-
is a
you
fucking
nailed it.
victory
Everybody
lap.
should just fucking embrace
This movie is a
'cause
victory
it's
lap.
great.
Everybody does great. Everybody does.
Everybody
great.
gets something to do.
Yeah.
Like they all get to have funny little moments.
And this
Yeah.
scene, they all look really great in this scene.
And this is, if you're me and you're 12 and you're watching this movie and the thing happens that's about to happen,
Yeah.
you're crying in the movie theater.
Yeah.
It's so moving.
Yeah.
Because what he says to him is, you saved the universe, so we're going to ignore the fact that you stole the Enterprise and did all of these other criminal things.
But they're gonna still like.
But we still have to punish you because
You did all these other things beforehand. Right?
But it's not actually a punishment. It's actually a reward. Because what they do is they knock him down from admiral to captain. And
So
and president says, being a starship captain is the job you were born to have. So you need to go back to being a starship captain. So it's a happy ending, not a punishment.
yeah, He can barely contain.
See, look how happy everyone is.
Even the girl from the other time.
Look at those guys.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They're really into bondage, but otherwise really good people.
He's super nice in most ways.
Yeah, totally.
Why can't bondage be nice? There's good bondage.
Look how good Catherine Hicks is in this movie. She's very good in this movie.
Yeah.
She's about to have a sweet little scene with with Kirk.
She later on has a sweet scene with Picard.
She gets around in the future.
Yeah, she does
really. She does
him.
Very well.
Yeah, she's known as
highly successful in the future.
Like the
she's
Wendy
called
Dung
the
of
first
the
mate to many captains.
Like, see what I mean? She's already like fully absorbed into the future.
Yeah,
Like,
she went to the future stylist right away. She got like a bunch of clothes.
she's wearing a future clothes.
Got a name, some kind of
Invented the
badge
future
and
mullet.
stuff, like all sorts of shit. Yeah.
So Kirk's like, "What do you mean you're leaving? I brought you all the way to the future so we could fuck."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I'm leaving. I got a ship. I'm gonna go learn about the future and shit."
I'm going to teach ancient sex practices to many a captain.
Yeah.
There is a whole Starfleet Academy waiting for me.
I love this bit. I love that they had this flirty thing, but in the end,
She just goes on.
she goes on her way.
And she side kisses him,
Yeah.
which is fucking
Oh
bullshit.
my God, he was trying to get her number too.
She dumps him,
Yeah. Wow.
Damn.
He's like,
which is awesome.
yeah.
Like, I'm so proud of
like,
her.
I thought I
I'm so
had her
proud
on
of
lock.
her for doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm so like,
she's like, I'm in the future now. Like, I gotta look
yeah,
around.
I can't get tied down.
There's a lot of stuff to look at.
Yeah.
I don't have time for a relationship right now.
Yeah.
Do you know how much mind melding I can be doing right now?
Jesus.
Oh my God, Kirk did look really disappointed too.
Yeah.
This is also a very sweet scene between the two of them, too.
It's Spock and his dad, and
Yep. He's telling him he's proud of him, which he's always kind of disapproved of Spock.
Yeah.
It just took 700 years for him to say it.
Right.
Yeah.
It took a long time.
and his death.
Yeah.
It's like almost 100.
This is the
pop
last time we will see these two actors
Together.
together.
Yeah.
This is their last scene that they play together. And he says, "Tell Mom I feel fine," which is a sweet little callback to earlier in the movie,
Yeah.
where the mom is telling him, "You have emotions, because you're half human."
Yeah.
They don't look like they're far apart in age
I don't think they are.
as people.
Yeah.
No, they're not, because Vulcans are supposed to live for like 200 years, right? So they look... They
Right.
kind of like look middle-aged forever.
For a long time.
Yeah.
They're the Asians
Sweet.
of the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pawned Fard when he was like, 7
17.
plus 7 plus 7 plus 7. Wait, it's every 7 years, right?
So now they're flying.
When you're-
They've been told they're going to be taking over a
A
new ship.
And they're all like,
And
what
they're-
ship are
and
we
they're
going to get?
talking about what ship do you think we're going to get?
Yeah.
And McCoy's like, they're still pissed off at us. They're going to give us some piece of shit.
Yeah, they gave us a freighter. And then he's like, Excelsior. Wow.
Like-
and then Scotty's like talking shit about all the ships.
Yeah.
I love it.
And this is like great. Like the music is swelling.
Yeah.
And that's the Excelsior. So you're kind of supposed to think that maybe they're flying towards the
No.
Excelsior.
Yeah. And you're like,
and the music is
yeah.
building. And it's this great sort of like, oh my God.
There we
Yeah.
It's a brand new Enterprise.
fuck yeah. Dude, this still gives me the shiver shakes when I see it.
I'm literally 12 years old crying
Yeah.
in the movie theater.
I
when this
did
moment happens.
fucking love that scene. I mean, I love this movie. When
It's
it
a
came out.
terrific movie.
Yeah.
Guys, put your pants back on.
We've come
what
home.
are you?
He
I
says,
will
"We've
not
come
do
home."
that. You cannot make me.
And they're playing the da 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 da, like
Wow.
the music is going. And
Yeah, it just feels like it's-
they're on their brand new ship.
And
Oh,
it
look
looks
how
so-
shiny it is.
It is
Everything's
so
shiny
shiny.
and new.
yeah,
So exciting. Let's see what she's got. And then pew,
Yeah.
off they fly
Yeah.
into their next adventure. What a fucking great movie.
Awesome.
Jesus,
Yeah.
who the
I
fuck
like
is
the
that?
freeze
William
frame.
Shatner, you fucking did it.
Yay.
Do.
What a triumph.
Yep.
Bravo, bravo. And now
Kudos all around to everybody involved in this.
And kudos to us.
too. Yeah.
Come on, we did it without Shawn. I'm crying because he's not here.
We all
because he would have loved that. He would have loved that.
So after this, we go right into next gen.
That is right. We have reached the end of the movie era for a little while.
Yeah.
We will watch the first season and a half or so of Next Generation before we get to Star Trek V.
Are you ready for that, Erin? Are you ready for some
Ready for Next Generation, Erin?
Jean-Luc?
Ready for Jean-Luc Picard?
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, I can hear your enthusiasm.
Get ready.
Your enthusiasm
I'm
burns
ready.
through the mic.
I'm ready for that cool suede jacket he wears in 3 years from now when we see the.
Yep.
What is this? Like they show on some background?
They're just
shot?
showing like scenes from the movie.
in the credits. I don't
It's
remember
like a
that.
Chips episode at the end.
Yeah. I love how like they're watching like
You'll like Next Generation.
I
Yeah.
know I will.
you will like it's actually in a more modern sense good.
That's probably what I'm most familiar with because it was like on TV when I was growing up.
Yeah.
They actually
You might even want to watch the episodes. Like,
Let's not
let's not go crazy.
Yeah. Let's not go crazy like construction coordinator
Let's not
Dick
go
Bayard
completely insane here.
who
I'll
coordinated
take it under advisement.
You can take that. That's fine. Fair enough.
Negative cutting by Real People Inc.
Does anybody have any recommendations they want to make this week? It's okay if you don't.
We don't have to read.
I really enjoyed a fairly lighthearted book called Orlando People, which
Did you see Scotty just fall
I
down?
did see him fall off, and I actually really
Is this the
enjoyed.
blooper reel?
Is this? Yeah,
What's the book?
this is actually a reshooting of the movie, like a retelling of the movie at the end of this.
What was the book about?
Okay, Orlando People. It is set in the early 2000s, and it is about how a generation of 10,000 people are born with telekinetic powers, and they're sort of becoming teenagers. And it's kind of like a Veronica Mars-y, like there's the protagonist is... she's a level 1, which is like the weakest level of the telekinetics that are born, and they're being monitored by the FBI. And then one of the people that is a liaison with the FBI and sort of a protector of them gets murdered, and so she gets pulled into this murder, and she works at the mall and has like at a custard shop, and it's quirky and funny, and it's got kind of like a Veronica Mars feel, and I kind of really enjoyed it. I've been listening to a lot of like more heavy nonfiction, and so it really kind of appealed to me. And the person who I listened to the on tape, and the person who did a great job. I think her name is Christian C or something like that, and fantastic performance. So anyway, Orlando People, it's lighthearted, it's just quick, and I was thinking about Erin going to Orlando, and it's got a lot of pro Orlando sort of
Propaganda.
Yeah, it's good in a lighthearted way.
Is it an audiobook or a podcast?
Yeah, it's an audiobook. It's part of like Amazon has originals where they actually like sort of pay people to make them specifically for I think this was an Amazon original. So if you have Audible, that's what it'd be. And anyway, I every once in a while I will throw like a random chance one out there that I've never heard of, and I just kind of did that, and I was pleasantly surprised. Again, it's nothing. It's not trying to get novel of the year or be profound or moving, but is like it feels like a good episode of something you would like to see, like kind of like a sort of whodunit with some light sci-fi kind of elements to it. It's pretty good. So that's my recommendation.
That's a good one.
It's great.
Yep.
What else you got? Anybody else? No?
I think that's a no.
All right.
I mean,
I saw Birds of Prey.
I've heard that was good. Some people that
It was fun.
Yeah.
I liked it. And I didn't see Suicide Squad, so I didn't know if like not having seen Suicide Squad was going to like mean that I wouldn't understand what was going on, but it didn't matter.
Have you kept up with like a lot of the more recent DC universe stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I saw like Justice League.
So was Birds of Prey any good?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was a lot of fun. It was much more comedic and much more like campy than I thought it was going to be.
Sure.
Which was good.
Yeah.
Like,
Is that the one where Sandra Bullock is blind?
Box.
No, you wish.
Although I watched that recently too.
Did you?
Yeah, I finally got around
He
to watching
watches
it.
anything
I
with
hear
bird
it's so
in the title.
disappointing, but what was your?
It
thought?
was. I thought it was fine. Like I had read the book, so I knew kind of what was going to happen.
There's a
But
book.
yeah, it's based on a book. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
You know, I like Sandra Bullock. She's fun to watch.
Nice.
Did you like the one that was John Krasinski where they couldn't say anything?
That was
better?
the one where they have to be quiet all the time.
Quiet Place.
Yeah. There's gonna be a sequel.
Yeah, I did like that movie.
We just watched that recently. Finally,
You like that, Jake?
it was good. It was good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I watched Frozen 2 recently.
Ooh,
Oh my
How was
god!
that?
how was that?
It was it didn't have the songs that the first one did. Although that main song that they really like sold and was nominated and stuff was pretty strong. But the movie was so breathtakingly gorgeous visually.
Oh, really?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
It was a technical marvel of
Yeah, Disney's become the leader.
oh my god, it's
Visual magic.
Yeah.
it's just the most gorgeous animated movie I've ever seen. It's so beautiful. But
Okay.
but it was the movie around it was good. I would say it was good.
But it's not going to obviously
Not a
can't be the
classic.
cultural like
Touchstone that yeah.
I watched Toy Story 4 because it showed up on Disney Plus. I hadn't seen it when it first came out, but I watched
thought
that
it was
the other
good.
night. I did too. It was fun. It was kind of unnecessary. I was like, this movie does not have a reason to exist to make
Nice.
money.
What
Like,
movie in the
they wrapped that story up so nicely
beautifully,
in Toy Story 3
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
that it kind of felt like
This
an
was like Woody
unnecessary
gets to get laid this
extension.
time.
Yeah, it was a little.
I wanted them to get into like dog toys and what a horrible life they have, and like your mom's adult toys, like
Yeah.
fucking, like
It's just time to feel guilty about every inanimate
just like
object.
all the how far are you willing to take this premise that you've set up, Pixar? Because like this is you have to make me feel feelings for inanimate objects now you have to suffer by making all these other toys become alive.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, what movie that is fourth in the franchise is actually really good? But the Star Trek movie we just
Star
watched.
Trek 4. Yeah.
Yeah, Toy Story 4.
Rocky.
Rocky 4?
Wait.
Rocky 4 is amazing. I have a
Yeah.
t-shirt for it, and that proves it.
Wow.
All right.
Well, on that note,
Yeah.
from Star Trek 4 to Rocky 4, it's all your 80s sequels.
They were really going on the sequels on that time.
Gremlins 4.
But the thing is, like, they had sequels in the olden days, and they just wouldn't like call them. They wouldn't number them as much. So that's what I would say is different, because there was a lot of Thin Man movies.
They did make a lot of Thin Man movies.
But
that
they
was
didn't-
the example I was thinking of.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, and they just didn't bother to like call
They
it
just
Thin Man
changed the
12.
title. It was
Yeah.
like after the Thin Man.
Yeah.
The Thin Man returns.
Yeah,
It
Thin
was
Man
like,
rides again.
I was like, you knew it was a Thin Man movie, but you didn't know which one it was.
Yeah, you never knew. It didn't matter.
Is this the fourth one or the ninth? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Bond has kept up the same kind of thing,
Oh, yeah.
So next week, join us for Encounter at Farpoint,
Oh, that sounds
the
important.
pilot of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Any good? Any good? Sometimes the palette is not.
It's good. It's good.
Okay.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's much better than the subsequent episodes beyond. There's a two-parter, right?
Yeah, it's a two-parter.
But it's good.
It's a very solid pilot.
Looking forward.
Exciting.
Introduces all the characters.
Yeah.
Wait till you see what Wesley Crusher's wearing, Erin. You won't believe your eyes.
Oh, snap.
Until then, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. You can follow the show on Instagram at Warped the Podcast or on Twitter at Warped Trek. You can follow me at Host Warped. You can follow Min and all of our D&D podcasting adventures on at Wit Maynard. And you can go to Patreon and give us money. Patreon.com/warped for bonus episodes and extra content and fun stuff like that. Until next week.